Hello everybody on YouTube, it's Xaldin here, the Magician Master 100, known as the Master of all Spellcasters. Today, I want to talk to you all about the video game Yokai Watch, and of course also anime as well. For those of you who have not seen my bro Christian Dragoon's vlog, well, not vlog, Yu-Gi-Oh vlog, that we did for our friend at our local card shop, it was his birthday. I was also looking through my Twitter on my phone. I saw my favorite gamer, Munching Orange, tweeted saying that Yokai Watch got more views than Pokemon. I was like, what? So after that, I looked up on Yokai Watch, because at first I wasn't so interested in it. I've heard of it, and I was almost going to grow interested, but after looking more of it, I was like, this is a rip-off of Pokemon! First, I thought it was a rip-off of Pokemon because how the designs and how the characters were probably... Because some of the yokai look a lot similar to the original Pokemon. And when I showed my friend, who I work with, who's a huge fan of Pokemon, we were both doing the Nostalgia Critic, rip-off, this is a rip-off, this is a rip-off. I can't remember the song fully, but however, that's what we were both thinking. But I did take time to stop and think. After watching Munching Orange's Let's Play of Yokai Watch, it hit me. I'm thinking to myself, maybe this is not so much the same exact thing as as Pokemon. Because Yokai Watch came out in the year of 2011. And Pokemon came out in the year of, I think, 1990... I think it was around the 90s. I know it came out like 98 maybe? I was really young back when Pokemon came out. And I thought to myself, this is similar to Pokemon. And it also got me thinking, this is almost like net decking in Yu-Gi-Oh! For those who are wondering what I'm talking about, basically, it's copying the same exact deck, but putting your own twist to it. Yokai Watch has its similarities to original Pokemon, but it has its own twist. It has its own storyline, and it has its own mechanics and tech. Because net decking is not so bad, as long as you use it for the right reasons. Because Yokai Watch is way different than Pokemon. I will say that. It does have its similarities, but it's actually kind of different than Pokemon. The characters' designs are a bit similar, but the mechanics in the gameplay are a lot different. Like, for example, it's almost like triple battles, but however, it's also autoplay. You do not pick any of the attacks. They will do it automatically. And of course, they have this ultimate attack called Assaultimate. And of course, the only way to activate the Assaultimate is by doing this little mini game. Either you spin with your 3DS and your pen, or you tap on these little orbs that appear, and you gotta like tap on them, and you gotta make sure you get the right one. You get them all. Or you also do this tracing thing to activate the Assaultimate. And the other difference between Pokemon and Yokai Watch is they're not types. Well, there are types, but they're different kind of types. Like there's wind, fire, earth, water, and thunder. But each of them are compared differently. They're called tribes. There are the Brave Tribe, the Mysterious Tribe, the Tough Tribe, Charmed Tribe, Heartful Tribe, Shady Tribe, Eerie Tribe, Slippery Tribe, and finally, think Kima Tribe. I'm not going to go too deeply into the Kima Tribe because that's a new thing in the next Yokai game. We currently have the Yokai Watch, the very first Yokai Watch. And of course, the storyline in the anime is also different as well. Basically, we have a boy named Nate. Well, that's his dub name, of course. And he finds a Crank-It-Kai, puts a coin in, turns it, opens it up, and finds his new yokai butler named Whisper, who guides him through the entire, his hometown full of yokai, which the thing of it is, nobody can actually see the yokai now. That's a very interesting twist right there. Nobody can see them, but unless you possess the Yokai Watch, that will basically open up. It has a little lens and produces this light, where if you move it around, you can be able to see the yokai. And it's very convenient that whenever a life occurrence happens, Nate will always say, oh, it's gotta be because of a yokai, and Whisper's like, oh, you cannot blame everything on a yokai. And then it just happens. Right there, there's a yokai right there, conveniently causing a problem right there. And the end credits will also say, let's blame the yokai. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, so if your wife or girlfriend or your fiance cheats on you, she could say, oh, yeah, it wasn't because of me, it was because the yokai did it. Or if you're failing your school homework, you're going to be like, oh, it wasn't me, Dad or Mom, it was because of the yokai who did it. But each of the yokai's designs are very, very unique. They're also based on folklores and mythological creatures. I know Pokemon have the same exact thing, but Yokai Watch in Level 5, the company that made Yokai Watch, actually goes more deeply into it. For example, Jibanyan's basically based on the Nekomata, I think it's called, which it has its flaming tails. And Christian mentioned there was like this one particular YouTuber, I forgot his name was, but he also was mentioning that Jibanyan could be evil. You'll have to check him out. I'll have Christian let me know what the video is called, so I'll leave a link in the description for you down below. But out of all the three tribes, I actually like three of them. I like the Mysterious, the Shady, and the Eerie. They do seem very similar to some of the Pokemon types. For example, the Eerie tribe's logo looks a lot same like the Psychic tribe, not Psychic, the Psychic type Pokemon, because it's purple and it's an eyeball. That's why it looks exactly the same like a Psychic type. But however, the Shady tribe is basically a big old grin. The Mysterious is supposed to be shaped like a question mark, but doesn't have its dot. The Brave logo is one of those, what do you call them? I do see them on Samurai's helmets. It's like curved almost. Now, I will admit the Tough Tribe logo looks almost the same as the Fighting type logo, except the only difference is, instead of fist up, it's fist down. Basically, if you're doing an uppercut, you're doing a fist bump, or, in My Little Pony term, bro hoof. The charm is basically a heart shape. The heartful is a flower, and the slippery is just a snake to represent how slippery they could be. It kind of almost reminds me of sperm. But I do like the main character. He's actually a very good main character. He has a little bit similarity to Dash, but he has his own character. I also love the moments where he's trying to get his love interest to like him, but there's always so many moments where he ends up making a mistake, or there's moments where they won't not seem together. I guess they're just playing it as a joke in the anime. I've been also watching the anime a lot lately, and it's actually not so bad. I will give this game a try. I will. I'm hoping I'm going to get it for Christmas for my 3DS. And after seeing the Munching Orange playing the game and seeing who else has been playing the game, this new guy I've subscribed to named Joan Awesome, I think his name is. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. His profile picture is Sora from Kingdom Hearts, and I've seen his Let's Play, and I've really grown more interested. There's another thing I also wanted to mention. There's also Evolutions, which of course another similar to Pokemon, but there's also Yokai Fusion, where you basically fuse two yokais together, or you can fuse a yokai and an item together to make a stronger yokai. I think you can also fuse two items together. I'll have to look into that. There's also boss yokai. Like, there's no other people who conveniently have their own yokai. You're actually fighting other yokai, and you're also fighting boss yokai. You can't really capture or befriend the boss yokai You can only just fight them. And speaking of befriending, the difference between Pokemon and yokai, Pokemon does something called, capture. Basically, you capture them in the Pokeball. Well, in yokai, you do something called befriending them. Now, befriending is very, and I mean very, tricky. It's kind of like a game of chance almost. Why I say it's a game of chance is basically you have to have a specific. There's a tip. You have to have a certain yokai named Q-Pistol. There was another yokai, I forgot his name. He's also from the Charming, but he's so adorable. I just want to just capture him as well, or befriend him because he's that adorable. They have the ability called popularity, which makes yokai like you even more. But what you also have to do is throw their favorite food. But even if you throw their favorite food, they still won't befriend you. That's going to be another tricky part. What I noticed in the yokai gameplay is that when you look closely at the food, when you're about to buy it, it will say, this will make yokai like you a bit, a lot, or a ton. And that's another good way to think about of how to catch a yokai if you want the specific yokai. Is there anything else I want to think of? Oh yeah, the difference between capturing and befriending. In capturing, I think of it as you're just throwing the Pokeball and you're making the Pokemon part of your team, and of course your friend. But in Yokai Watch, you're befriending them by giving them something they like. How would you like it if someone threw an inanimate object, put you inside that object, and you can't get out of it, and you're automatically their friend? How would you feel after that? I probably wouldn't appreciate it. But if they gave me something, for example, I'd be like, oh, why thank you. I hope we can probably someday be good friends, or maybe we could be friends. Well, I know there's the saying of, you can't buy friendship. That's definitely a big N and O. But I'm just throwing that in as an example. Is there any other things I would like to mention? The logos seem similar to Pokemon. There's also the befriending. Nate's character's not so bad. I also like the moment where Whisper always keeps looking at his yokai pad and tries to look up the yokai. And he claims that he knows a lot about yokai, but he always keeps bringing out his pad and he's thinking, let me see. Oh, this yokai is so-and-so. Whenever he possesses someone, he'll make this person do this and that. And Nate looked at him like, you looked at it in your yokai pad, didn't you? And he's like, no, I didn't. I know a lot about yokai. What are you talking about? It's just those moments right there. You just gotta laugh at those kind of moments. Well, you don't really have to laugh at them. There might be some people who might not like that kind of humor. They might see that a lot. Is there anything else? Any other yokai watch moments I would like to mention? Let's see, there's the capturing, the befriending. Oh yes, the ranks. Each of them are ranked by E, D, basically the letters of the alphabet. A through E, including S. Higher rank, you can't be able to get through certain doors without your watch being that high rank, because the fact that you're not that specific rank. And the only way to get to the higher rank is by just, giving your watch to the elderly man who will upgrade your watch. But the first, well, maybe not, the first quest he'll give you, because there are quests in this game, he lets you find his underpants. Yeah, even Munching Orange found that disturbing as well. Even Nate found that disturbing as well. And it was worn by another yokai named Sproink, a giant pig. That is very disturbing and kind of sick right there. I can't believe that Level 5 actually made that, and Nintendo would actually produce that kind of thing. Who would write that? Seriously. Your mission is to find someone's underpants? Did they really think that part through? But you don't have to find its underpants after when you first complete the first quest. The many more quests you'll have you do is fight other Pacific yokai. 3 of them, of course. And it's actually good that he lets you fight these yokai that are a bit higher ranked than your watch, or the rank that you're trying to get your watch to, because it's trying to get you prepared, because you're going to encounter certain yokai. So, all in all, there are similarities, but however, it has its own theme. So I hope you all enjoyed my thoughts on Yokai Watch, and yeah, again about that rant video I did back at my bro Christian Dragoon's video. I'd like to humbly apologize for that. I guess maybe that was a bit unnecessary, without giving the game a try, or without looking closely at the game. So before you go like a raging or mad gorilla, or before you go on your phone like I did on my Twitter page or Google, I may as well at least stop, think, go on my laptop, look at some gameplay, or look up more on this info before I just go batshit crazy. That's what I should have done from the beginning. I should have looked more on Yokai Watch and see how it goes. And in a way, it's also, maybe it's kind of a compliment, because maybe Yokai Watch got inspiration from Pokemon, but it's doing its own thing. Maybe that's what's going on. So I hope you all enjoyed. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and tell me what you all think of Yokai Watch in the comment section down below. I'd like to really hear what you have to think about the game, or the anime itself, whichever, or even both. And follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. And I will see you in my next video. See ya!